Just go ahead and fill this out, and we'll get you started.
Sounds great. Bow! Boom! Bang, 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 bang! Bang, bang, bang! Bang, bang! Bang, bang! Do I need to put my email address in here? Bang, bang, bang! Bang, 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 bang! Pow!
Cool.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Huge updates from over the weekend. Absolute disaster continues to build momentum for Planet Fitness as many new stories revealed themselves over the weekend. So very happy and proud of all of you for staying on top of this, posting your stories on social media and everything else in between. If you haven't yet, please do leave a like on this video. And wherever you're watching, please do follow or subscribe down below. It helps immensely. I'm going to start with the opening of the stock market this morning. The stock plummeted from $60.28 back down all the way down to $53.32, a massive drop. Now it's climbed back a little bit, but it's still down 3% in early trading today. That is basically erases the pushback that it got last week, finding itself at a low of 54.52. So it's climbed back a little bit throughout the week, but still down. If you look at it over the last month, which is about as long as this controversy has been going on, you can see it's quite a mess. And that's just the kind of the manifestation of it. Now, to follow up on exactly what happened in Alaska as things are getting spicier there, I want to remind you too, 5:30 Eastern. You see it? It's marked down below. 5:30 Eastern. I go live Monday through Friday. Rumble.com/C/The Quartering. Or you can watch me on Quartercast on YouTube. We talk about not just the stuff that I talk about in standalone videos, but we do it at the end of the day now. So it's all new topics too, all the latest news. So I'll leave the links in the description. If you want to hang out at 5:30 Eastern, please do follow me either on my Rumble page and or Quartercast. Planet Fitness assigned staffer to assist trans client in woman's locker room. Quote, if you're uncomfortable, you can use a stall. So now they've assigned a full-time employee, essentially, to make sure this one individual doesn't feel uncomfortable. Now, they don't care about all the women who are uncomfortable here, all the women who feel, hey, maybe I don't want to see a twig and berries flopping around while I'm trying to, when I'm vulnerable, right? A Planet Fitness member who was banned for complaining about a biological man shaving in the female space has claimed the person now has a full-on staff escort into the bathrooms. Patricia Silva was barred from the gym in Alaska after she detailed an incident where she said she saw a biological man in her locker room. The gym then doubled down on its decisions and said that although some members feel uncomfortable sharing facilities, the discomfort is not a reason to deny access to the trans member. That's right, 10,000 people deserve to be uncomfortable if just one trans individual may feel unaffirmed. Backlash against the ban led to the company's valuation plummeting by $400 million in the last 5 days. Silva told New York Post that the biological male is still using the female locker room and has the assistance of staff while they're in there. Quote, he has an employee who is assisting him in the bathroom, Silva said. My friend said he is accompanied by Planet Fitness representative that he needs to leave. According to Silva, the employee, quote, told my friend that if you're uncomfortable, you can go in a stall. Another friend of mine went to the gym the other day and he was in there shaving his face again, she said. He is dressing as a man. His hair is cut short. It appeared that he was dressed, shaving his face, getting ready to leave for the day. Silva posted a video describing her experience on Facebook early in March. Well, we already covered that. I'm not going to go through, obviously, every little detail of that. We already know that. What's wild to me is now they've put a staff. So if you're this individual, okay, if you're this individual who wants to feel affirmed or whatever the case is, right? You know you know you're making people feel uncomfortable, right? You know this now. If you didn't know before, you absolutely know now, okay? You still do it. Then people tell you again that you're making them feel extremely uncomfortable. And so Planet Fitness assigns somebody to loom over you in that room, obviously saying like, bro, maybe, and you still go. And you're still going in there. Oh, but it gets so much worse. Here, a woman is claiming that she was banned from Planet Fitness in New Jersey after complaining about a biological male swinging free in the ladies' locker room. Unbelievable. Planet Fitness isn't safe for women. They prioritize the delusions. You see this? I was banned from Flemington, New Jersey, Planet Fitness in 2022 when I complained about a biological man in my locker room who had everything out, we'll say. When I refused to refer to him as her, manager Matt DeMille banned me. See the form below? That's Matt's signature, not mine. You can see here they canceled you could see they're saying essentially, I didn't even sign that. I didn't sign that. By the way, just so people know, I don't know if LA Fitness is only in LA or if it's everywhere, but they have the same policy. You see, that's unbelievable. Banned from Planet Fitness for refusing to refer to an XY as an XX. Make it seem more ridiculous when you use chromosomes, doesn't it? Imagine a company losing millions of dollars a day to appease a group of people that comprise of less than 1%. Oh, it's like 0.01%. And how about this, my friends? Planet Fitness of Pennsylvania also has a man entering the women's locker room. You can see this is definitely not a trans individual, I would say. And you see Take Back Our Schools. That's a man in Downingtown Planet Fitness women's locker room, as passed to me by a concerned Planet Fitness member. When asked, Downingtown Planet Fitness is okay with men in the women's locker rooms. It's time to find a new place to work out after school. And then they talk about, this. A woman is, this is wild. Now, I'll tell you this. Okay, I'll tell you this much. On the outside chance that this man is there to protect his wife, or on the outside chance that this man has heeded my call, I am calling on men to use their own free will to think about a proposition, a proposal I have. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know what I think about biological men invading biological women's spaces, right? Here's the way to fix it. There's two ways. Women obviously sit down and refuse to participate, which we're seeing more and more of these days. But also, there is another hilarious way to do it. If all the men in your Planet Fitness location just decide to go in the women's room exclusively, right? Hey, these are the rules that you set. We're going to be in here. We're going to be, shaving our sacks. We're going to be in here. This is what we're going to do. Obviously coordinate with, the other women of, so you're not making any women uncomfortable. You go in there, you take a bunch of selfies, you play with the tampons, you take pictures of that. You have to push this to the ridiculous level, to ridiculous levels. And that's the only way sometimes these idiots actually see, right? Like you have to, expand into the absurd or whatever. That's one of the most powerful tools you can have. I remember when I used to fix computers and a customer would pay, $150 to get a virus removed. Remember when everyone had Kazaa and all these apps and stuff like that to download music? I make no judgments. I don't care. People were getting viruses left and right. And so what would happen is I would say, well, are you using like Kazaa or LimeWire or something like this? No, I'm not. Of course, I would turn the computer on. It would be on there and they would be loaded with spyware and viruses. I would clean those spywares and viruses off and I would remind them that for $5, they could buy a spyware removal. I forget the one that we recommended at the time. I don't think it's the go-to anymore. And they would either get it And then they would generally not be back, or they say, nah, I don't need that. And then they would be back in 2 days later demanding a free computer repair. I would put their computer on the desk and I would see that they've reinstalled those same softwares and they have the same spyware and viruses again. And they would be pissed that I said, no, I'm not fixing this for free. You went home and you did it again. And nobody would ever understand that. So what I would say is, look, I understand you're pissed. I do. I really do. But imagine you took your car to an automobile shop because you got in an accident, okay? They fixed it, you paid for it. You pull out of the parking lot and you slam into a telephone pole. Would you ask them to fix it for free? No. This is the same thing. So sometimes you have to explain things to people in a way that they understand. And I think that filling, the women's spaces with all their husbands, like all the women of Planet Fitness, get your husbands, your brothers, your guy friends, and you just go in there and you start taking pictures, posting them on the internet, and make a complete mockery of it. You also see this. Planet Fitness claims its member safety is priority, so why did they let this individual who's on the list of creeps to become a member of their gym? Well, no background checks? That's curious. I guess maybe that's probably not common. Adam followed women around Planet Fitness, took pictures of her. His membership was not revoked until she was forced to file a police report. Yikes. I mean, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse for them. I'm keeping an eye on this stock because I'm wondering if it's going to bounce back, because it took such a steep, oh, nope. It's down now 3.26%. So it fought back a little bit. The market itself looks like it's mostly down. That could be a part of it, but this is a pretty steep drop. Another 3%. It's got a ways to go. Like if you go back and you look at when this really hit, like March 20th, it cratered at 54.52. And then you could see all the DEI bucks flowing back in. And then you can see this huge drop Monday it opened at $60. It's now down 57. It fought back to 58. Now it's going back down again. It's got to get back down below 55, 54. Now, shareholders aren't the only way, right? And a lot of the shareholder kind of backlash won't really hit until Planet Fitness has to publicly report on their membership numbers. Because I think people who are canceling their Planet Fitness should still be posting that online. If you look at this, Planet Fitness is also participating in making sure to give kids books, queer books, to confuse them about identity and introduce them to extremely harmful racial ideology. You can see this. Wow, Planet Fitness is complicit in this. They advertise a partnership with an LGBTQ nonprofit, It Gets Better Project, which sends these type of books to kids in school across the country. Now, again, once you look at most of these companies that are publicly traded, you'll see that they're all generally engaged in this kind of crap. And so we have to start fighting back. We're going to talk about this tonight at 5:30 Eastern, both on Quartercast or on Rumble. I prefer you watch on Rumble, but what's most important is that I get to see your smiling avatars in chat. So 5:30 Eastern tonight, tune in for the show. Nice little warm up for Timmy's. Links in the description and pinned comment. Make sure you go subscribe to wherever you want to watch a live show and turn notifications on. We'll see you tonight. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.